We'll just wait for Terry to. Does help if you plug the microphone in, Russ. We'll just wait for Terry to join us. Cold in here today. I can't put heating on because it makes a noise. It's Big Phrase. You put a picture of the Cobra up again. It comes up really small on my screen, Terry. Right, but on yours, it'll look really big. I'm gonna send you a picture what it looks like now. Look how small that picture is. That's why when I go like that, what's Porky looking at? His eyes go. I'm like, what's the picture of? It's the Cobra. It looks like it's that interview that he did with Grovesy Boy. Is that right?
See, you two are looking like twins. You started dressing like Froch now.
Guillaume, you know this? Let me tell you a story about this body warmer, right? I was at my mum's the other day, and my mum goes, "Smart with you?" I'm just freezing, man. Up and door. I goes there while I was out in the house, sat down. Then you got a coat on, all them coats you've got. So I'm shot out in my shorts and t-shirt, and she goes, "I've got one upstairs for you." I go, "That's all right. When did you get that?" She goes, "You got me 10 years ago. I'm not wearing it." That's why she goes, "It's a bloke's colour, isn't it? Black colour, she's like colour." That's what you never said on your birthday. I said, "Well, I'll take it back now. It's a night one." 10-year-old, never been worn. I've had a right touch, son. Apples and pears, plot up old tableau. Cheeky night
Porky's
nose.
got his debt collector outfit on. Or he needs a pair of black gloves.
Yeah, put you to tracking, Terry. Hang on a minute. Do we think it's no tracking?
Do you know what you need, mate? You need a leather jacket over there.
I went to I were in Haywood yesterday. I went to see Frank, and I was doing a video in car while waiting to get me. I had some discs and all that put in the car, proper big discs and calipers. So I was waiting for the car. Well, waiting to get it to garage to get the car sorted. And I did a funny stories thing in car. And I was about this for craziness. I was telling the story about when I first went back to Dennis. This is years ago. He says, "We'll have a game of snooker. We'll play for money." I went, yeah. All right. I thought, "Oh, this is going to be easy." They've been giving it all this all night, and I was easing up. I thought, "I'm going to take all his pennies off him." Who does this mug think he is? Got back to his house, got into snooker room, and put this big screen thing on. Poured that Jack Daniels. I wasn't even going to drink mine. I thought, let him get tanked up. He's passed out on me. So I'm like, "Looking him for you, wake up, you." And he won't wake up. So I thought, well, I'm just going to play snooker all night on my own, off my head. Or out my tree. They want a queue in the house. So I thought, well, I'll find one. Anyway, there's cameras in there all over the place, every room and landings and all sorts. So obviously for burglars and that. So I thought, well, that's it. So I had to sit. I was for 2 hours. I thought, wake up. He didn't wake up. So I was telling the story. And he's wrong, hasn't he? And I'm on way home through Snake Pass. I'm going to see him. And I seen these in downstairs. You know what I'm like? I'm like a rat up a drain pipe. Anyway, the ringside tracky. And the best thing about it is they've got zips on. You know what I'm like for trackies. I only give away an end anyway, but they've got zips on, so I'm not going to be losing me bits and bobs out of my pockets. I begged it. But getting back to that, Coley and that, right? If he goes up to light heavyweight, I think he'll do well. But in your opinion, Terry, can you give me your top 5 in world boxing heavyweights?
What, in order or not in order?
No, it don't matter. They're all going to be mixed up, aren't they? Everybody's got a favourite.
Okay.
Give me 5 top
So
heavyweights.
for me, Fury, Wilder, Usyk, Joyce, Joshua.
Yeah. That's everybody's top 5. Could you put Joyce in there at where will the title? No, but he's being avoided, isn't he? And he's Olympic silver. Could it be gold if that
There's no one out of that list. There's no one outside of that list that beats Joyce.
No?
No.
No, they're the top 5. Does Dylan White beat Joyce?
No.
Does Derek?
No.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. It's a good top five, but Joshua's not in the top three, is it?
Well, no, you can't be, man. When's the last time he won?
You know, all that road to undisputed, exactly. All that road to undisputed. Where does that leave Joshua now? Because he's no belt and he can't get a fight at the moment. And if he does fight, does he fight on the zone? Does he fight on Sky? Would the public want to pay-per-view for him versus Dylan White, 25 quid? What do you think to that?
Yeah. No, you have to remember us. The people who pay the 25 quid aren't you and me. So yeah, the Joshua White will do stupid numbers, ridiculous numbers, and the build-up will be worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be billed as a trilogy, wouldn't it? Because Dylan White knocked him out in amateurs, didn't he?
I think he dropped him. I don't know if he knocked him out. Did he
just sorry, he did give him a count, didn't he? I think but he won it, beat him, didn't
he? Yeah.
He beat him, yeah. Okay. We spoke about heavyweights. Now we spoke about Tommy Fury and his dad, Big John Fury. Pop, pop, bang. Let's have a look what we've got. Let's have a look. Anna Rankin. I've given her a bit of stick because she's from White Collar. I've seen her train recently. She's an hard trainer. I've been told she's got a PhD in music and all that. She's a musician and she's a tough. She's very limited, isn't she, Terry? Do you think? But do you think she can get better?
So so I've known her a while. Like I like her. Like I saw her just when she was doing the small hall thing, and it was a bit of a novelty at first. And I don't think I'm talking out of turn when I say this. It was a bit of a novelty. Here's someone who's a classically trained musician. I think she played like the cello or something.
Yeah.
And she wants to take up boxing because she did it for fitness. Now she loves it, right? But there's a line you cross when you go from kind of being a novelty to having earned your stripes. Yeah. And Hannah Rankin has now earned her stripes. She's taken her lumps. My God, has she taken her lumps?
Yeah.
So we now have to look at her as a professional boxer. And we have to respect that. But it's not something you can learn in adulthood, I don't think. I just don't. There's a certain amount of way being physical and strong will get you. Yeah. Ebony Bridges shows that. But at those bigger weights, it's about getting hit. And it's about not getting hit and hitting the other guy. That's what it's really about. And I don't think she's elusive enough at that level. And that's her biggest thing. And you and I talked about this before us. The hardest thing to learn in boxing is how to defend.
Yeah.
Right? Because you don't control the variables when you defend. You're reacting to what someone else does. Whereas when you're attacking, it's easy. You do what you want to do. And if you notice, most people who come to boxing late don't have great defenses. Maybe you can have an exception for Sergio Martinez. But even Malignaggi was prone to getting hit easily. And he came to the sport late.
Yeah, I don't like to see women get knocked about in the ring, and I feel that she's going to have to get a little bit better to mix it at that elite level, isn't she? The top level.
Yes and no. So with Terry Harper, it was just the wrong tactics. Right? You try to get into a shootout with someone who's been boxing since they were a kid, was never going to happen. If Hannah Rankin had just said, look, I'm the naturally bigger athlete here, I'm the naturally stronger one, and just walked her down off a high guard, just throwing combinations, really basic, crude stuff, she might have treated Harper the way Baumgardner did.
Yeah. Well, Baumgardner didn't respect Terry Harper, did she? She just went after her, didn't she?
And the thing is, in all forms of boxing, that's what you should do, right? Too many times coaches get in your ear about how good your opponent is, and then people start to believe that. And then they believe that they're inferior to the opponent, and they see themselves as the underdog, and they box that way. Mm. Sometimes you just go walk into that ring and go, I don't care who you are. Feel that, then feel that. Do you know what I mean? That's it. It's nice and simple.
Okay. What do you think about Ben Shalom? Think he's privileged?
In what way?
Well, he's a young lad that's been given the Sky deal, and what has he done in the sport to be given that over the old guard? Do you
What,
think Sky
okay,
didn't
no,
want?
hold on. What have the old guard done to deserve it?
Well, the old guard over the years have lied, twisted, and cheated the way to millions, haven't they? And do you think that Sky were just looking to go in a different direction?
I think they wanted someone that they could,
Not manipulate.
well, they wanted someone they could manage, right? Someone who would stay on script and stay on message and not ruin relationships. And Ben Shalom's a kid from a good family, well-educated guy. He understands what his role is, and he plays it well.
What do you think about him trying to do deals with Dennis by a text message?
Say that again.
What do you think about him trying to do big fights with Dennis, world title fights via text message?
But that's what you do, right? Like
That's what
Russ.
Dennis, that's how Dennis deals with it. Though he likes to speak, doesn't he, or me?
No, but I'll give you an example, Russ. 11 o'clock at night, I might be there like, do you know what? This fighter that Porky's got, I quite like the look of him. This we could put a fight together. I might message you, Russ, and go, look, would you be willing to fight so and so for 120 grand? Now that's not. I mean, that's just me asking a question. Now, if you say
Yeah.
no, that saved me a phone call. If you say yes, I'm gonna ring you up and go, okay, how do we do this?
Well, when you look at the offer, I know how Dennis's mind works, and he would have gone. I don't know what was said in text. I haven't seen them, but Dennis would have got a text and gone, "Well, we take 120 grand to fight so and so so and so. Ring me." That's what he would have said. No phone call. And then 2 days later, why ain't you? We've offered you a deal. Why ain't you got back to me? That's not how he does business. And that's, to be quite frankly, there's that many misinformation out there and mistakes made when people are agreeing things that when it comes down to it, they say, oh, well, that ain't what we spoke about. So, well, we didn't speak. It was text message. Oh, I misunderstood you. Let's meet up. So we're all on the same page. That's how I think it should be done. And that's why when I were up there for over 5 years, I couldn't deal with people in text message. What's that text message?
But Russ, okay, so the closest example I can think of that is matchmaking for the amateurs, right?
Yeah.
You need a second phone because like people are always calling. Yeah. And a lot of the calls are stuff that could have been handled as a text message.
Yeah.
And then you got to remember as well, who's got the time for phone calls? Like if you're trying to juggle 4 different shows across a 6-week period, do you have time to make phone calls about every deal? No, you'll make phone calls about the deals that you think are possible.
Yeah.
So sometimes something can come to you in a message, and then you go, okay, sounds good. Let's have a call tomorrow.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
I see where you're coming from. I
Or
see where
or
you're coming from.
or, or what can happen as well, Russ, is you go, look, offer's a bit low. If you come up with something better, then we can have a phone call.
You're commentating on Saturday, you know that, don't you?
All right.
You, Dominic McGuinness, and Hannah Rankin. That's the pundit team for Saturday, Terry. You're not on your own this time.
Yeah. Oh,
Do you feel a bit better now that you're going to be sat next to Hannah?
why is that funny?
I'm joking, man. Take it to heart.
You just started laughing. I'm like, Russ, I've sat next to women before.
You would have loved it if it were Natasha. How's your mate Spencer Fearon and Tunde doing, Terry? Are they all right?
I'm sure they're still looking for you.
Not hard to find them.
They want you to come down to a show in London, man. They say, hey, right,
well, I want to go down there for.
Here?
Well, have them poisoned me. They might poison me drink or spike me, get me back to an house and drug me up. Or just take me back, spike me with anything but this madness here. I need to say this, and people have said, "Oh, you haven't mentioned it," because I didn't really know how to say it. Whenever I say this, oh, you're either rimming him or you're creeping around him. But look, he's lost a son, hasn't he? Dean White, or whatever his name. How bad's that?
Terrible.
is that to drugs or knife crime or guns or what's going on?
Well, look, probably best to park the details behind it now, just because it's probably still raw for a lot of people.
Not nice,
But
is it?
no father should have to bury their son.
No.
No, 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 no. And like you're a dad, so you can sort of empathize with what that could do to you as well. Like
Oh, God.
I'm a big believer in what we do here is boxing related only. I'm
Yeah.
not here to judge you as a person. I am not here to comment on you as a husband, as a father. I'm not here for that. I am here to criticize what I see in boxing if it's wrong, and I'm here to praise it if it's right.
Yeah.
What he's going through as a father, he has my support 1,000%. The fact that he was able to then still pull off a really good showdown in Tolworth, fair play to him, speaks a lot to his character and his drive. So credit where credit's due.
I didn't
We'll
think
let
they'd
your
go through with that, you know.
Hmm?
I didn't think they'd go through with that show.
Yeah, I know. But from what I heard, it was supercharged emotionally, and a lot of people were like, "Yo, let's do it for him because if he can make these sacrifices for us, we can do that for him." So yeah, just my sympathies and condolences. I've messaged him, just letting him know, man. We're all here for him.
Yeah.
But look, and I say this in all contexts. If you notice, I've never criticized Hearn as a human being. Yeah, it's always boxing focused. Same with Frank. Same with everyone. It's just boxing focused because everyone's got their space in this ecosystem that we call boxing. Even the people that message you with "pop this on my neck" or "Porky's missing teeth," they've got a space in the ecosystem, right?
I won't be as driven if they weren't having a go at me.
But as long as they keep it to the boxing thing that is boxing. Now, when you start going to people's houses and you start trying to ruin their jobs and stuff like that,
Ringing up
you're
the
crossing a line.
sponsors.
Yeah, you're crossing a line there. And that's when, if I'm being honest with you, that's when like doors need to get put through.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like I say, criticize me for anything I say on my podcast, criticize me for anything I do in relation to boxing. Cool. You start disrespecting me as a man, we're going to have a different conversation. Yeah. Not because I'm a hard man, but it's because you're moving it to a place it didn't need to be.
Yeah. 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 Okay. Well, I wish him and his family all the best. It's not good, is it?
No.
It's not good at all. Okay. Mick Hennessy, what's happening with Mick? He's gone quiet again, hasn't he? Has he had enough, or is he waiting for the landscape to change?
I think he just wants some slots in Sky, right? That's what he's looking for.
Yeah. There's a cafe in Grantham that does a Mick Hennessy breakfast. So I've been told. I don't know why they're calling it a Mick Hennessy breakfast, because Mick's a cereal man, because I've had cereals with him in an hotel before, which shocked me. I've heard he does like a fry up. But so I don't know. Mick's a character. I like him, and I think boxing needs him. He's great at unearthing talent, isn't he, Mick Hennessy?
Yeah. So I think the challenge is going to be how does he work with Ben Shalom? Because what's clear is there's a brains trust at Sky now, right? And it will have Adam Smith, Ed Robinson, Ben Shalom, Johnny Wish, Ambrose Mendy may be linked to that, but there'll be a small circle of people who are really steering this ship. Now, the question is, do you bring Mick into that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you do, because as you said, Mick's got an eye for talent, although it's going to get harder for him to do that now because everyone's looking for the same people he used to look for.
Yeah.
It's like the old days. Remember when Wenger would find people from like Sierra Leone and Senegal? Yeah, he just find these people, and then everyone got wise to it and got better at it than he did.
Mick used to go to Haringey Box Rec Cup, is it? It's like a pilgrimage, isn't it, for amateurs, isn't it? Where everybody's turning over.
It's one of them now, right? It used to be the main one, but now there's a few more. So you just do the circuit, you watch the kids, and you go from there.
Yeah, well, we wish Mick well. Billy Joe Saunders, Terry. I've heard he's fat as a pig, Michelin man. He's running about in a white fleece. He looks like Frosty the Snowman.
Well,
What do
he
you,
was
what do
on
you,
Instagram Live the other day with
yeah?
one of those guys that doesn't like you. Who was it that had Spencer Fear on their show? Peter McDonough. That's it.
Peter McDonough. I don't mind Peter McDonough, actually. No, I don't mind him, actually.
Yeah, so he had
He,
Peter McDonough and Danny Connor on there. Like it was like
oh,
just like
my fan club.
yeah, they had an Instagram Live. Well, Danny looked the fattest of a lot of them, to be honest with
Is
you.
it?
Yeah. Billy looks like he might have been dabbling in some training. Like, don't be surprised if he starts talking about coming back next
What,
year.
a cruiserweight?
Hey, he'd be all right, Cruiser.
Is Danny Connor going to make a comeback?
Nah.
Is he working, Terry?
No idea. I'll message him later. See what he's doing. I mean,
Got jobs here if you want a job, Danny. The job's here, minimum wage, not 0 hour contract. Come see me.
Nah, he needs to see Rich Harrison again.
And he's a crazy guy, him, isn't he? You don't want him knocking on your door, do you, at night? Did you see him? He was wound up, wasn't he? Right?
I forgot that he fought Dan Aziz, and Dan handled him pretty easily. So I'm like, oh, all right. But he didn't even do much to Danny. If you remember the video, Porky, he hit the helmet. He didn't even hit Danny. He hit the helmet.
Hit the helmet. What, one of these? This is a super helmet. This is Danny Connor who rung me up. I am Danny Connor. I'm an helmet. I rung Porky up and then went 5 years later, went and invented a load of rubbish on social media. Didn't you, Danny Connor? Making out he came to my house and all that. Jesus Christ, man. Hey? It's a bit like that. What's that channel called? Boxing Basement Bargain or something. Some bloke.
Boxing basement or something.
So I went away and then I came back and then went to Spain for a week. But the first time I went away, I wasn't far. About 5 days, did no videos. Oh, Porky's been locked up. He's been caught with half a 9 bar of brown. He's got police mail on it. What?
No, but you know what? Though? You know what, Russ?
What?
He is quite funny though. Like he's got a really good way of just delivering stuff. He always does it. He talks like he doesn't want to talk. He can't be bothered.
I don't think him and Max are going to get on his set about that. Max takes it a bit more personal than me. I'm a bit more thick-skinned. But
does anyone know who he is?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. It's some bloke in from obviously down south. But listen, if they could get away with it, good luck to them. But while they're talking about me, they're leaving somebody else alone. So it's when they don't talk about me, they'll be like, "Oh, they're not mentioning me." Because you know where I live, I've been famous since I was 15, so it doesn't really matter to me in my area. Obviously, other areas you go to, they don't know you, do they? But I don't know. But good luck to him, Triple B. It's a good one, that, isn't it? Triple's like Triple G, isn't it? But I don't know, man. But the funny thing is, when he was talking about Dennis in his videos, because people keep sending me snippets of him, they don't get anything right, do they? He's working with Dennis Hobson, getting all that. What? I've stopped working with Dennis 4 months ago. I might be doing a few bits and bobs with him in future, but not at the moment. But what they don't know, they make up. But I'm all right with that. But I sent him a comment. I said, listen, if you want to come to my channel, you're more than welcome. And he said, put the Dave Caldwell video out, and I will. I said, no, forget Dave Caldwell. There's nothing to do with this. You've got a problem with me, come on here. Come on my channel, show your face, and ask me any question, and I'll answer them for you. Save you getting everything wrong and embarrassing yourself. A bit like that YB. Well, Max went to his house, didn't he, YB's? He said that I'd done a runner from Spencer Fever and I wasn't coming back or something. I'd collapsed in Turkey when I had my first set of temporary teeth done. I collapsed, didn't I? So I was in Turkey and I couldn't get back, could I, for a few weeks? And then I was laid up one and oh, he's swerving, Spencer. Nobody was swerving anybody. But what they don't know, they make up. What can you do with social media? You put yourself out there. But YouTubers making other videos about YouTubers is a bit strange, if you ask me. But I take it in my stride. But when some of my family are saying, "Been locked up, haven't you?" I'm like, "Wait on about." You get pulled with a half an hour around in cars. And what? First of all, I won't be driving around with that in car anyway.
Yeah.
Even when I used to do, I won't have it near me. Well, I tried not to. But I wouldn't put myself in that situation now because things are that good for me now, but they didn't used to be. But I won't. So I don't know where that. When am I in court? That's all. That's all. My mum says. Ask him when you're in court, Ross, because we want to come and sit at back at court with a flask and sandwich and wave you back. I said, Mum, I'm going to ask you when I'm in court. So I'm asking you, Triple B, when am I in court? Can you go online at Donny Magistrates or South Yorkshire Magistrate and get me a court date? So I want to know when I'm in court so I can keep you all up to date with my trial. I can have depositions and all this. The guy's got nothing right whatsoever. Well, I did watch the full video, but that's the only one I watched. But I'm shocked. Hey, and I tell you what, the best thing about it is, Cameron, you better up your game, boy. Some of the stuff he were doing, obviously, these pay fortunes for what they're doing per video. And I'm like, wow, he's really good at his tech stuff. So I don't know who's doing his tech stuff. If he's doing it himself, come see me and I'll give you some work, kid. I'll give you a bit of graft and you can earn some money from home. And we'll just transfer your money into your bank account once you've done it. Come on board. We'll get you a sponsor, Welcome Estates, get you a few quid. Keep the faith. All right, I might even pal you up. I'll turn you from a hater into a lover. But yeah, I think he said about you in a couple of his videos, I've been told as well, Terry.
Did he?
Julian. I think he said some things about Julian. He said he were pompous or something. Listen, you've got to take it on chin. Yeah, I have to take it on chin. But what I won't have on here, I talk about this, but I get off my chest. What I don't have on here are people abuse the people who come on here. They can abuse me because I'm pretty thick-skinned to it. They can send emails, all they want, and comments about me, no problem. But don't have a go at Kent or my guests, because Kent and other guests, I don't agree with that because it's not nice. Some of the vileness that I see, comments about you and Kent, Julian, Max, other things like that. I don't think it's good. It puts people from coming off. It puts people off coming on. You see what I'm trying to do? We're trying to create something here. And we're getting closer and closer and closer, and slowly people are coming on board. It's going in the right direction, but you're going to get people who are going to try and cut your legs off, aren't you? So
that's what I said to you, Russ. I don't understand why people have comments on their videos. I wouldn't have a single damn comment if I did a video. No chance. No.
You got to let it.
No. I haven't even got the. You know me. I don't even want to give anything oxygen in life. I don't give it oxygen.
Well, what we do, you see, we put words in, right? So these certain words that we put in, when they put a comment in, they'll get held for review. That's what they're doing now. Because I ain't got time to go through all them now. There's only 24 hours in a day. I need 4 or 5 to kit. You got to have an hour a day with my kids at least. So the rest of the time, I'm my own man, aren't I? But I haven't got time to go through all them. The ones that are good comments, we'll have a look at. The bad ones, sometimes I see them, sometimes I don't. But
that's the problem, right? So if you have comments and you screen them, you get accused of window dressing, right?
Why was it window dressing? Do I want to see that my children should be shot dead?
No, that's what I'm saying to you. No.
You've seen some of them, though, haven't you? Some of them. Yep. I've sent you one. And what do you think about them, Terry? Come on.
I think that's disgusting. And I remember I said to you at the time, they just kill the comments. Don't even have a comment section.
Yeah, but then it's not fair for them people who want to comment. Because don't forget, my videos now, we're over 2,000 and about 50 videos, something like that. We're nearly 97% like, is it 96.5 or something? Do you remember when it used to be 91 and it was building up? Well, so there's 3.4% don't like my videos. I can't please anybody. When I first started doing this, Prox says to me, out of every 100 comments, you're going to get 10 that are horrible, but 90 that are fantastic. Don't spoil it for them 90. So you can see my way of thinking, can't you?
But I also take this approach. The people who are in the comments should also be addressing this negativity. Yeah. They have a more powerful voice than we do.
Yeah.
Like when you see it online, when you see it whenever, you got to just jump on it. Because like I keep saying to people, if it's about boxing, whatever, yeah, we'll all take that because we're all here for boxing, right?
Yeah.
When it crosses that line and it's no longer about boxing, then it's a problem.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a massive problem, isn't it? When it's about your family and things like that, and obviously my little boy's top of his class, but he's got autism, hasn't he? But he's a lovely kid.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean? So
brilliant.
I don't want to. I don't want to see. I could do it getting him a skipping rope, getting him exercising and that. But other than that, he's a lovely kid. But he just tells truth. He's got no social skills. He's one of them kids that probably end up walking off with a stranger because they're being nice to him. So I have to change his mindset. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But other than that, I don't want people abusing him. Do you know what I mean? Because
100%.
he has friends at school that watch my channel and stuff like that, and they tell him stuff, and he ain't really interested in Broke's Corner, my lad. He likes to look at all the numbers every end of every month. Let's have a look how many views you've done, dad, and that. But that's about it. You don't understand boxing, but I don't want to see him abused by
Yeah,
people
yeah.
behind the comments, behind the fake
Yeah,
profile.
yeah, yeah. Those
So
anonymous accounts, all those. No, 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 no. I'd respect someone if they said, "Listen, this is my name. Here's where I'm from. This is what I think of you," and then they could just finish it with "Come see me." You're like, "Yeah, okay, cool."
well, everybody knows where I am here. They've got a big, massive 48 square foot billboard outside the factory. Everybody knows where I am. We're next to the biggest showroom in the area. People come and like taking pictures of it. It's all a bit, all a gimmick, innit? I'm no big superstar, but they all know I'm here.
Yeah, mate. But
But my name,
the one I always remember was Michael the Emperor because I hadn't even seen his video about me,
I
right?
was tweeting him a year, direct message him a year. I thought it just sounds like Rico and Terry is sound.
Mate, honestly, it was mad because I show up at the weigh-in up at Wembley, and one of the other guys was like, "Yo, you know that guy over there's been talking crazy about you?" I was like, "Who?" I was like, "Who is he?" And that's Michael the Emperor. I'm like, "Who the hell's that?" So he comes over. He comes over. I'm like, "You the guy that's been talking about me?" And suddenly he realized that maybe I'm not 5'4", and he's been
Yeah.
like, and I was just like, "Listen, mate, whatever, man. If it's just a boxing thing, if you think you can knock me out, cool." Yeah, I mean, and I said I find it quite funny actually, because I do. I mean, if you say something funny about me, I'm not that sensitive. But once you start disrespecting me like as a man, I'm like, well, you know, you can come and test it out if you want, but don't do that behind the screen.
Me and Max went and shit him up. We weren't really going to do that. We were having a bit of fun, but he were all right. He were all right. Look, he's pretty damaged. Hey, listen,
Get your set around corner. Get your
yeah,
set around corner.
I was stoned. But listen, I swear to God, mate, honestly, I felt sorry for him. You know, having to stay at bus station and all his gears at Ingles. I said, what? They didn't let you stop at the gym? No. I went, get in. We'll go get your stuff. I said, you can stop at mine. I'll take you for something to eat. What? Isn't that a good thing to do? I thought I was doing all right. My mum and dad said, oh, that's a good thing to do. And then obviously he's rooting about house and things like that. I said, right, no, your bedroom's here, and my kids are in here, and blah, blah, blah. Well, you try and help people, don't you? I did my best for him. I took him back to where I picked him, took him back next day, Sheffield. I wish him all the best, but I think he was a bit of not a lone ranger on his own. And I don't think everybody were helping him. Do you know what I mean? Kind of thing. And
Mm.
big coat on and that, like he'd been sleeping rough and that. Kind of felt sorry for him, like, you know?
Nice enough kid. And then once I met him and I watched some of his videos, I could kind of get where it came from. I'm like, okay, these are quite funny. He's a
Yeah.
bit close to the wire here, but
Yeah.
they'll grab hold of him. And then you remember he sparred Dean White like the day after.
I had him here, came here. I said, look, if you want to work here, minimum wage, but where are you going to live? You can't stay at mine. Well, I'll work at Dennis's. If you want to go work at Dennis's scrapyard, fair enough. We'll get you a job up there, 80 quid a day or something. What, how are you going to get there? You haven't got a car. Where are you going to live? You can't just go to an area and say, I want a job, or look me up when you. I said, if you're in an area, just give me a ring. It's wrong with, isn't it? Oh, I'm in Sheffield. Oh, well, I'm in Rotherham. Oh, well, you better go get him, aren't you, Russ? I went and got him. You can take an horse to water, can't you? But you can't teach him how to drink it. Do you know what I mean? Kind of thing. And I've seen this happen many times with Peter Fury at that gym in Bolton, where people have gone there and they've put on Peter on his kindness. And before you know where you are, They're holding pads with a fighter. You know what I mean, don't you? You know what I'm on about. So, and that's what happens. And it's a shame, isn't it? And people pull on the heartstrings, and I wish him all the best, though. I haven't seen him on social media for a bit. I actually found him quite funny. But can I just categorically deny that I haven't topped him and Max hasn't? Although Max will like people to think he has because he's into all that, isn't he, Max? Max is quite ruthless. But no, I hope Michael's all right. So, Michael, I hope you're all right, but you can't stay at mine again. But to be fair to him, and if there's any vegans out there, I ain't got a problem with it. But once I took him to this place for something to eat, so what do you want? He goes, I don't like anything on there. I'm a vegan. I'm like, oh, you know, you don't even eat meat. He said, no, I don't eat meat. I've got a girlfriend. I'm a virgin. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't take drugs. I do everything opposite to you, Porky. I thought, that was the first thing he said, and I thought, could fall out here, me and him. he lived a clean life, to be fair, but I don't know. I hope he's all right. I hope he in section off or nutted off because my good friend Nicky Smedley's just got out there, and it's not a nice place to be, is it?
Yeah.
I hope Nicky's all right. Nicky, I hope you're well. Stay strong and don't let things get on top of you. And sometimes you just got to move on, kid. Put things to bed and move on. That's how I look at it. Not dwell on things. I think we'll call it an end now. We've had a good chat. How are you, Terry? Yeah. Are you all right? Is your mum okay?
Yeah, everything's all good, mate.
Are your family all right? Is your job all right?
Yeah, everything's great, mate.
Should be all that money you're earning down there, you bankers. Liberty takers. You sunk the world in 08.
That was a little bit before my time.
Yeah, well, you did that one, yeah?
Nah, that wasn't me. That was you, Paul. I bet you were there, Porky, with your numbers.
Okay. Well, listen, you take care.
Nice
have a great Thursday, what's left of it. And if you see that Dossa Rico, tell him I've got a skipping rope for him and he needs to come back on Porky's corner.
All right, mate, I will.
Take care, brother. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye. Well, that was Terry. Enjoyed that. Had a little bit of a chat about boxing and life and things like that. I hope everybody's all right. That's about it. 2:30. I think we'll nip round to Costa. Fancy a lot of chocolate. Might get a bank loan first before I go in there. Does anybody think Costa's getting dear? I went in the other day. Give me a biscuit and a cup and she was £6.80 it was. No, I only ordered one drink, love. She went, yeah. I goes, well, keep it. I walked out. So yeah, I have got an attitude on that, but I just don't want to get ripped off. But I'm gonna have to go around there and smooth that now. Otherwise, I won't be able to get a nice coffee, will I? Or a coffee or a hot chocolate when it's cold out here. Okie dokie. Peace out. Can I just give a big shout out to Welcome States, please, as well. And, Spartan Civil Engineering and Demolition. All right. And if anybody's interested in doing a bit with me, with Welcome States on the YouTube channels, get in touch. porkycorner@mail.com. And that, I'm afraid, is that. And I'll see you all at Dennis's show on Saturday, 19th at Sheffield. If anyone wants to come, watch a good night of boxing, I'll have a beer with you. Well, he'll be there, won't you, Ross the boss? Hey, old pal, all right with David is last night, Carlton Palmer. And you know what, Porky? Carlton Palmer doesn't smoke marijuana, they're wrong. I'm afraid he does. So peace out, little Ross.